So, how long have you been traveling in your car?
Only for a few days. We're coming from Vermont. We stopped in Albany with no luck in finding any jobs, so we decided we'd try to find one something closer to the city.
So, is that your hopeful destination, the city?
For now it is. We plan on seeing how that goes and taking things as they come. It may be that we can't find a place to stay in the city, so who knows really.
Alright, so your plan is to go with the flow? Have you traveled in search of a job like this before?
We've got to every couple of years or so because this one can't hold a steady job. He's tried AA before, but that's done him no good. It's just something he can't be rid of, so we just find our own ways of dealing with it. The kids are still young, so we hope that by the time our Jane, our oldest, gets to middle school, we'll settle down for good. But for now, this is all we can do.
So, up until now, how have you been securing food and fuel for your car?
I had some money saved for back payments of rent until we got evicted, so we've been living on that until just yesterday, when we spent our last dollars on some groceries. But really we've been fine until then. The kids are all healthy and happy. Summer's a good time to be moving around because they ain't in school, so they ain't missing anything.
That's good. Have you got any other family members, brothers or sisters?
My mother and father are still in Vermont, but they don't want us staying with them. My brother hates me because I owe him money. That's all the family I got. Sally's family hasn't spoken to her since she married me, unfortunately.
Alright, I just want to let you know I'm asking these questions to understand your situation as best I can. This is just a step for me to see where the family is right now.
Alright, that makes sense.
I'm going to ask some questions about the future now. Although I know we can never predict what will happen, if things with you and your family were to remain the same as they are now, how will life be?
I'd probably be able to find a job somewhere, at least for a year or so. The kids would hopefully be able to start school in the fall, and they'd just have to transfer or be homeschooled if I lost another job.
And what if things got worse?
Well, I might not be able to find a job, and in that case, I would be afraid that my kids might be taken away, and I don't know if we'd find a place to live.
Alright, and how would it be if things were at their best? What kind of life do you hope to reach?
Well, I think we want to find a job, and maybe some help for my drinking problem. Once I find a good job, Sally can find something part-time at night, and we can find an apartment and enroll the kids in school. I really want my kids to have a better life than I did. I'm afraid that if we keep moving about, they might miss out on being a kid and getting an education.
Well, you have a lot on your plate right now, but you seem to both have goals for you and your kids. You really care about the happiness of your children, and it seems like they are your top priority. And Sam, it's really great that you're willing to seek help for your drinking problem.
Both Sam and I come from bad families. For me, no one in my family cared about me. I ran away a lot, but they always dragged me back to that awful house. I just want to raise my children right, and for them to have the love that every child needs.
You show a lot of ambition in your desire to be good parents. Instead of me telling you the strengths I think you have, how about you tell me about yourselves? What are your abilities, successes, or strongest qualities? Name anything you feel is a positive part of who you are.
Well, for one thing, I'll never give up. Even if I had to apply for 100 jobs and take public assistance. I really hate taking charity because I can earn my own money if people just give me the chance. But if I really needed it, I wouldn't be too proud to take it because I'm going to take care of those kids.
Good. These are both really great things. You are a hard worker and you love your kids. We can use those qualities in the plan we make for you and your family. How about you, Sally?
I'm not a quitter either. I had a hard time sticking with him in hard times, but I know that he loves the kids and it would break his heart if we left. So I'd never give up on him or the kids. I also am pretty organized, and I'm pretty good at keeping the kids busy and healthy.
So, although you've experienced some tough times, you're both committed to what's best for your children.
Yeah, that's definitely the most important thing to us.
What are the ages of your children?
Well, Jane is 7, Adam and Adrian are 5, Sal is 3, and Ryan is 1.
Wow. And how is it taking care of 5 young children?
It's pretty hard when they're all with me during the day because one of them always needs me. Someone's always hungry, someone's always crying. I only get a break now that Sam's not working. It's also hard to find a person who will take care of 5 kids for cheap. It's also very expensive. They're all growing fast and need new clothes and food. It's awful. Well, maybe if we didn't spend so much elsewhere, we wouldn't be so bad off. I'm going to get help. Do you want to just leave and forget about all of this? Or do you want me to get help?
Hey now, you both seem to agree that you want what's best for the kids, and Sam has agreed to seek help for this drinking problem. Let's focus on something else for now. We can come back to that. You were saying that it's pretty stressful when you have to take care of all the kids. What do you mean by stressful?
Like, some days I find myself yelling at them when they don't really deserve it. I really need a break sometimes, or I'm afraid I might be mean to them.
So you're afraid that when you spend too much time taking care of the kids alone, you might end up losing your temper.
Most definitely. It happens all the time. Like, I've never ever physically hurt them, but I yell at them. They go to bed crying sometimes they punch me, so I got to yell at them and threaten them. I've told them before that we're gonna leave them behind if they don't behave. These kids live in fear and worry, and it's all my fault. If I knew another way to deal or had a babysitter to help me out, I might be able to be a better mother to my kids. It's so frustrating.
You feel guilty about the way you treat your kids sometimes, and you think it could be avoided if you had some more support.
And then Sally makes me mad because she won't shut up about being a bad parent. When I'm trying to go to bed, she comes in and starts whining, and I lose out on a lot of sleep that I really need for work. It's very irritating. I try helping with the kids, but I'm just no good with them. I love them, but I don't know how to keep them happy.
So you feel bothered and upset when Sally keeps you up at night with a problem that you don't even know how to fix.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad that she feels so guilty, but it makes me feel like an awful parent too, not helping her out. I just don't know how.
You two really have a lot to handle all at once. It sounds like you have your hands full with the kids, and this must make it hard to seek help for any of these issues. You need food, shelter, employment, and help for your drinking problem. Let's take a few moments to break these things down into separate issues that we can tackle one by one. Let's try to figure out what your top priority is in the situation, and we will just focus on that for now, and maybe then the other things will be more manageable for you both. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds fine to me.
Well, what do you think your top priority should be?
That's tough.
Just think of the most basic things that your family needs right now.
Well, we need food to eat.
That's a great start, and that's something we can definitely help you with.
We just need some help getting our lives in order for the sake of our kids. They didn't do anything to deserve this, even if they are brats and hate us. This is just something we can't figure out for ourselves. I hate taking charity, but at this point, I don't know what else to do.
You've come to a point where you do anything in your power to help your kids, even if you have to take some public assistance. It takes a lot of courage to be able to ask for help like this. You think your kids will be better off with more stability in their life, and you hope to find that stability here. You hope that you can fix some of your own problems in parenting so that it doesn't hurt your children or make them dislike you.
Yeah, and I think this is a good time to fix things up because they are still young. And although I think Jane, our oldest, does get angry that we move too often, maybe she'll forgive us if we settle down